Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boisterous, joined today by Kadoink, bringing you some Forum Showcase match action from the map Daybreak. Spawning up here in the top right-hand corner, we do have Allimiira as the purple Terran, and down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Omnipotent as the light pink Terran. So we are going to have a TVT. So Kadoink, you're going to need to talk for basically the entire game, because I don't understand how Terran works.
Yeah, I'll certainly try. So we got to keep real sharp on the timestamps throughout the game, so that we can stick together, especially because it's a longer game. But TVTs are awesome. It's basically who has more Marines or who has the best positioning. Going mech is really nice, but it's really risky because you're very immobile. And going bio is nice because you're very, very mobile, but if you run into a line of tanks, then you're dead. So TVT is a really cool matchup. I used to hate it, but now I love it.
The way you explained that made it sound super boring. It's basically whoever has the most Marines and the best positioning. And that's TVT.
Yeah. It's really fun to cast though, because it really makes you think very sharply. Yes. And try to enunciate well, like whose Marines are winning and whose Marines are losing. It's really cool. I enjoy it.
Of course. And we do see Omnipotent dropping down the supply depot at the front of his natural. So this might actually be a very fast expand from Omnipotent.
Yes, from Omnipotent, but yeah, I think a fast expand is pretty reasonable on this map. In fact, you can kind of go CC first against Terran pretty easily, to be honest. But yeah, because I actually haven't said his name all game. Allimiira is building that. What?
I like to roll the R, Allimiira.
Allimiira. Sounds very like Persian to me.
Exactly.
But he's building up this whatever you call it, barracks. So he's going to go barracks into command center, whereas his opponent Omnipotent is going to be going CC first. I actually like the CC first in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because it kind of allows you to get a much earlier orbital. Because I mean, Omnipotent's orbitals are going to be actually ridiculously later than Allimiira. And I think that I just argued for the point against yours, while saying I agreed with you.
I don't know. I missed it. I wasn't.
All right.
I wasn't paying attention. I
That's
apologize.
Right. You didn't need to pay attention. And oh my god, the SCV does go down. Oh,
I usually do.
That was stressful.
Really?
Yeah.
I was looking at these two barracks that Omnipotent was building. I'm very excited about them because that would lean towards a bio play from Omnipotent. And I love biomech. I love bio against Terran. Is what I'm trying to say. I used to go Marine tank, but then I found out if I just went Marine Marauder and he went Marine tank, I could just always scan and figure out where his tanks are, and then just run away and attack him somewhere else. And it's so much fun because it really helps work on your positioning, and more importantly, it helps work on your map awareness. You really got to be watching that mini map and saying, okay, when is the tank army coming in? Of course, we don't know what Allimiira is going to go yet. He might go Marine tank, he might go mech, he might go bio, but regardless, I like bio, and I'm happy about these two racks that Omnipotent is building.
Yeah, we actually have 3 CCs coming out from Allimiira, which, I don't know, I mean, it's pretty standard at this point. There's a lot of pro players that go for this really fast third command center just to get an orbital out so that they have extra SCV production. They can really leap ahead as far as that economy goes.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want me to talk? I have something to say. This third command center, and these two gases really tell that he's probably going to be going for some sort of mech play. Did you just say that? You didn't just say that, did you?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
spazzing out right now.
You don't need to pay attention to me.
A million things are happening. A little backstory. I'm in Nashville, and like every single friend I've ever met is wanting to hang out, and I'm like juggling 100 balls. But more importantly, I'm casting StarCraft. So we are definitely seeing bio out of Omnipotent. I love this. He's building like 100,000 barracks right now. Actually, 100,000. And I do think that Allimiira is definitely going to be going mech. We can see that factory going up quite early. He's getting the reactor for Hellions, and he's getting up his third gas. I think he's going to go mech.
Yeah, I mean, probably 3 gas is a lot of gas to not go for mech. This bunker down at the front is going to deny basically any scouting that Omnipotent wants to do unless he just scans, you know, the free scouting. It looks like we are going to have Hellion-heavy builds coming out right now. Maybe even Hellion drops because we have the reactor coming up on the barracks. The starport is building right beneath it. We have 2 Hellion production coming out from the factory. So I actually wouldn't be surprised to see Hellion drops this game. And Hellion drops are, they're cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. We see 2 factories about to go down on the right side of Allimiira's base. So he's definitely going to be going mech. And I think that more so this reactor is for Vikings because really if any kind of Banshee play were going to come out of Omnipotent, he would be screwed without Vikings. And so he might build 1 medevac and then 1 Viking and use the medevac for the drops and then just start working on his Viking production, which would be very cool. And so we can see switched out, and we'll tell here in a few seconds when he builds something. Yep, it is just going to be 2 Vikings. But he could have done that Hellion drop. I think it actually would have been a really nice choice because it gives Mech a little bit of mobility in the early game.
And I would just like to point out that Omnipotent is literally just building Marines. He does not even have a geyser down yet.
Yeah, that's actually going to be really good for Allimiira considering he's producing Hellions. But at the same time, there are a good amount of Marines, and they're going forward. This bunker is going to stop a lot of them, which is going to be nice. And these Hellions are going to be able to kind of pick off reinforcements. But at the same time, we have Omnipotent getting up his 3rd. Yeah, I would love to see some gas in him start teching. At the very least, he's going to need upgrades. The double armory has already started for Allimiira. He's got his tech labs on his factory. So altogether, Allimiira is quite a bit ahead.
That was like the clutchest SCV pull ever. I think the bunker was down to like 10 health. And then he just pulled every SCV up the line and managed to save it. And that is why you don't just go pure Marine. Ever.
Exactly. If we look at the unit loss tab, it's like crazy. 1200 to 350.
God.
Very, very, very much in Allimiira's favor. So Omnipotent going to be feeling pretty bad after that one. And Allimiira's in shock as well, which is quite funny. I'm at 10:05 just so that we're...
Yeah, no, we're close enough. I'm at 10:10.
10:10? Alright.
And it looks like we have the second move in from Omnipotent. He's going to be running off from the bunker, but I think he already knows that this is not the greatest idea. There are even 2 tanks here. Siege mode just started, so these tanks are not going to be extremely effective in the next fight. There is Blue Flame coming up along with +1/+1 for that mech, so this mech force is going to get pretty strong.
Yeah, we have some Marines running up and just getting completely trashed, a bad rally, and you can see that he very quickly fixed that. It doesn't really matter that he doesn't have siege mode. Vikings are actually really good in the back. You know, if they can't get picked off, they're kind of squishy, but they do a pretty fair amount of DPS. They do 12 damage, which is really nice. It's kind of double what a Marine does, and with the tanks and the Hellions, he can hold off endless waves of Marines right now. So he's just really working on getting his upgrades up. He's going to take that 3rd. We can see it floating down at this time, and he's just going to continue to add factories and just kind of, you know, snowball out of control. And so Omnipotent really needs to be doing some drop play. There are no turrets in the back of Allimiira's base. There's nothing in the back of his natural. He could be doing drops right now. He could be harassing in different places, but instead he's just kind of sitting on his Marines and not really doing anything. So
yeah, the major issue for Omnipotent is that he basically just dropped his gas geysers. I don't even think he has a factory building yet. Nope. I mean, he has no way really to get to medevac fast enough because Allimiira is just going to have a ridiculous amount of Hellions. And if you go for a Marine only drop versus a Hellion player, you're not going to do that much damage because Hellions are fast as hell.
Huge damage done to some Marines there, and so he's going to be pulling back as Allimiira just kind of steps forward one by one, kind of jump frogs his tanks to take control of his own watchtower. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you see how slow Allimiira is getting towards his Xel'Naga tower, that kind of illustrates the immobility of mech. But the thing is, the power is so nice, and because he took that very, very convincing engagement in the beginning, he can kind of afford to push out a little quicker than he is doing. We can see he's putting down 3 command centers at the front of his base. That's just one of the results of mech. You end up with tons of minerals because tanks take so long to build, and they don't really cost that much minerals. It's only 150.
Yeah, compared to 125 gas.
Yeah. So really, really nice play. I love this Hellion runaround that's going up on the top right of the map. He is going to be going into that third. There are bunkers here, but nothing to defend, and I think he can get a ton of SCVs here.
Yes, I'm actually very excited for when this attack swings in, and it is swinging in now. The command center has started going down. There is literally nothing to defend. We have the SCVs kind of lining up, and there we go. Giant hand bursts going down. OMFG dropping from Omnipotent. I'm just going to keep my 28 workers killed. Every worker got cleaned up before these Hellions were actually all right, one SCV lived.
Yeah, he could actually pick off some of those Marines too if he had just like stuttered his Hellions a bit and put the weak ones in the front.
I think he was a little bit afraid of concussive shelled Marauders, though.
Yeah, the thing about Hellions is they're expendable in mech. You want them to kind of exactly. And if you kill both a large number of SCVs and a good amount of Marines and lose your Hellions, that's incredible because he's going to have to either rebuild his Marines or he's going to have to rebuild his SCVs. You know, his money's not going to allow him to do both very effectively. Oh man, a Terran army just got cleaned up, man.
I do believe I'm a little bit ahead of you at this point.
I'm at 1537.
Oh, actually, no, we're 26 still. Amazing.
Okay, yeah, I just mentioned it late.
Yeah.
It was super cool though. It was and another massacre is about to occur.
Point, Omnipotent really doesn't have any recourse against this mass Hellion play. I mean, he can go back to Marauders eventually, then he get cleaned up by the 8 tanks there. And Hellions, like you said, they are very expendable. They're very easy to build. It's just 100 minerals. And if you have a bank like 2,300 minerals, just because of how much gas you're expending on Hellions, doesn't really matter. You just need a couple reactor factories.
Oh man, Allimiira, the one flaw he has is his army engagements are terrible. He just lost a ton of Vikings, a ton of Hellions, and he actually could have just taken the army straight on before the reinforcements got there, and then sieged up once the reinforcements got there, and I think he would have been able to kill that fourth of Omnipotent.
Yeah,
so that's, Allimiira, if you're watching this, your mech play is very solid, but just work on those engagements. Mech is very, very engagement based, and when you see an army that small, you don't even need to siege. Just go forward and push as much as you can, and then when you need to siege. You need those Vikings to kind of move forward and scout for you and say, okay, where's this army? It's not there. I can siege. A little more leapfrogging would be good. Oh, holy mules! Look at the third of Allimiira.
Oh, Allimiira, the third. Oh, there we go. Holy crap!
Yeah.
That's a lot of mules.
The income tab is ridiculous. It's 4,000. I don't even think I see that in pro games, man.
Well, like pros know how to drop the mules.
Yeah.
This is kind of
also
crazy.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orbital commands, and we have a drop going into the main that's going to be cleaned up.
Yeah, that's a crazy number of orbital commands. Actually, he kind of does know how to drop them because he just has way too many orbital commands. In fact, at this point, he has 14 mules underneath that base, although a lot of them are just about to break down. But that is frightening.
Ooh, and the Omnipotent is going into the 4th base of Allimiira, destroying it very, very promptly. This is one of the best moves he's made all game. The army of Allimiira is kind of split up and not being very effective right now, and Omnipotent could just move forward and destroy these tanks, which he is doing, and I think he needs to keep going and not just sit here.
A lot of medevacs. I'm very surprised that he kind of cut Viking production.
Yeah, Omnipotent has had some great engagement. He's just really good at microing and putting his units around. I would have loved to see more of his army swing down to the south because all the tanks were at the north, and they would have had to run down and siege. So I would have liked to see a little bit more pressure on the south side of Allimiira's base, but regardless, that Thor micro is incredible. He did a lot of damage with the 2 Thors that he has, and I think he should continue to build this Thor Marine army. I think it's quite effective.
Yeah, Thor Marine is actually pretty nice building composition, just because the Thors are really good against siege tanks. If they ever get attacked by a siege tank, they basically, splash and waste it. But we do have an engagement happening here, which is just going to be massive for Allimiira as the entire Marine force moves right into tank range and Hellion range. We are going to see a couple of medevacs go down to Vikings. Not too many, not enough to really do a fatal amount of damage to this army. There's only 5 medevacs left, though.
Yeah, I was just praising Omnipotent for his good engagements, and then he ran headstrong into tanks.
Yeah.
Like, right now, he could just run along the south side and be able to destroy this base in the bottom right. Actually, not right now, because Allimiira is moving forward, but yeah, that was a bad engagement.
Yeah, Allimiira needs to stop lining up with his Hellions. He kind of just needs to do a good job. Have those Hellions there to really kill off any Marines that get 2 balls in. And he's just losing all of his Hellions for almost no reason. He's not even really using them to bait the army in, because Omnipotent is far too good for that. And I pronounced it right, Kidoink. Are you proud of me?
I'm super proud of you. You know, I'd actually like to see a lot more Marauders out of Omnipotent. They're going to be much more effective against this army. There's no reason for him to have Marines, to be honest. The Vikings are the only air unit. And we have some poking back and forth going on. Hellions moving forward, moving back, and I think Allimiira is going to get the best end of this deal as his tank line has moved forward and almost taken control of the Watchtower. Omnipotent's army just completely getting decimated, and he is going to have to give up this 4th base.
He is, and Omnipotent's army died about 15 seconds before you said it online, but that's okay.
Did it? I'm at 23:20.
Yeah, you're like 7 seconds behind. I'm at 23, 31, 32, 33, 34. Blizzard, implement shared replays.
Yeah, I know. Get that happening. So this planetary is going to go down. We have a Banshee, which is actually a reasonable play out of Omnipotent. He's going to be able to kill a few tanks, but here comes the Vikings to clean them up, and no cloak will force them to have to run away.
Yeah. I think we're definitely going to see Allimiira, after seeing those Banshees, start creating more and more Vikings, just because they're a good unit. And I don't know what Omnipotent is talking about. I mean,
I can tell you what he's talking about. He was sending he's sending some units down to the bottom right and doing a lot of damage. And as he sent them, they were scanned, almost as though Allimiira was like, watching him, like map hacking. I don't think he is. Yeah, he's definitely not. I mean, he's just straight up winning. But it was just kind of funny.
Yeah, we do have the Vikings moving into some medevacs. These medevacs do not have their emergency medical boosters, so they're probably going to get picked off by these Vikings, which is going to be a pretty serious blow to the army of Omnipotent.
Yeah, the thing is, they were attacking the wrong medevac, and they're actually going to just let them get away. But I think the game has basically won for Allimiira. If you think about it, Omnipotent is at 174 to the 199 supply. The income is hugely in Allimiira's favor, especially considering how many mules he can instantly spawn down. If we look at upgrades, he's switching into Sky Terran, which is at 0-0, to the 3-3 of Allimiira, and he's just literally marching up, sieging, and crushing the ground force of Omnipotent.
However, we're seeing a fairly bad engagement coming out here from Allimiira, as most of his tanks are going to get picked off before the Vikings can really finish them off and force them out. And wow, that was a lot of damage done for Omnipotent.
Yeah, but I think the big tell is the supply still. It's still 189 to 151, and the Bank of Allimiira is ridiculous at 7,000 minerals. And that's not because he's been, not building stuff. He's been capped the whole time, so he's just continuing. He's building some Thors to deal with the Banshees, and he can literally just push forward and kind of throw armies away. These Banshees can't kill anything quick enough.
Yeah, and with these Thors, you can't even really let the Banshees group up. In fact, we saw the Banshees group up there, and they basically all died to a couple of 4 blasts.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this is in for Allimiira. I think he's won it.
Yeah, I think so. He's moving forward. Looks like he's going to be going up to the last real remaining base of Omnipotent, as the other 3 are lined out. the third just having a little bit of minerals. And with his tank siege, he should be able to kill this planetary fortress no problem. And with that, I think he has the game.
Yep, and in fact, Omnipotent leaves without a GG. So BM, but this is, of course, a best of 3, so we are going to be able to see more of this action and see where it kind of evolves to. So anyway, Kadoink, where can people find you and check out any videos you have made?
You can check me out at the Non-Esports official YouTube channel. If you just so kindly type in Non-Esports into the search bar of YouTube, you'll find us for sure. Upload videos there every week for a German StarCraft team. Fantastic Master League players. And also, they also posted kind of a Let's Play recently that I was unaware was going up, but you guys should watch it even though it's in German. It looks like they're playing some sort of dance game. It's really funny. And you can check me out at Kadoink Studios at youtube.com/user/Kadoink Studios. Thank you very much.
Yep, and if you guys want to check out any of the other games I've commentated, you can head over to youtube.com/users/boisteroussc2. Also, if you would like your games commentated, you can send them on into boisteroussc2@gmail.com. I would like to thank you all for watching, and this is Boisterous.
This is Kadoink.
Signing out.